Let's think about this here for a second. Think. It's like high performance in a hokey way. Alright, here I pulled this out of the junk pile. It's an old ceiling fan. I'm gonna get these wire nuts and wires, and then we'll use this to extend our just check in on some of these shenanigans going on here.
Some sort of shenanigans?
You know, this tube that I pulled out of the scrap metal. Could somebody answer me why I just like to complicate things and screw around a lot? Alright, well, we got these AN fittings here. I never messed with these before, so we're gonna see how they work. This is our new pressure regulator. So this is a aftermarket one. It just goes 0 to 100 psi, fully adjustable, and we also got a nice fuel gauge going on. So pretty excited about this. To be honest with you, I
have no freaking idea what I'm doing.
But gotta try it, gotta go for it. Oh, there's no way on this green earth that's gonna fit. No way. Now what the heck are we supposed to do? Jeepers, crime in Italy. Let's think about this here for a second. Think. Here's the deal. You're not supposed to do it this way, and I already know it's not gonna work, but I have something inside me, and I just want to try it. This is an air compression fitting. Thinking, put this barb in here. Had that pressed on there. Right, I'm just getting this warmed up here. This is the factory return line hose on this Lincoln Town Car. And once that's nice and warmed up with this heat gun, I'm going to take this AN fitting and I'm going to press it in there. I'm waiting for it to get nice and soft. Kind of wish I had an expander. So right now I'm trying to heat this tool up and hoping that heat will transfer to the inside of the tube, and then I can stretch this out better. I got it hot enough so it's hard to hold. So when it's to that point, I got it as hot as I can hold on. So now I'm going to put it in the... Okay, well, I guess I got it on there. Well, see how good this will hold up. Alright, so originally I started out and I was going to just do all the hoses and doodads and you know, thingamajiggers. I was going to get these all perfect, but now I think what we're going to do is we're just going to plug all the holes and just see if it runs. You know, if we can get it to run with less, then why not? So that's my new game plan here, is to just delete everything that I can, and if it runs, great. If it runs crappy, well, then we'll just try to add, you know, one hose at a time, or however it works, and hopefully get this back on the road again. So we're just gonna see if she fires. It wants to. What? Come on, come on. Woo! When's the last time you heard a Lincoln sound like that? Well, I think one of our issues here is the throttle position sensor is here. I can't quite reach it, so we're gonna have to extend these wires. Another major issue is that the map sensor is here, and it's kind of Bluetoothed, and then we'll turn this back on. But I am excited. Alright, well, it's another day back at the Lincoln here. Wow, that is just looks so glorious in there. Man, it's like high performance in a hokey way. Alright, here I pulled this out of the junk pile. It's an old ceiling fan. I'm gonna get these wire nuts and wires, and then we'll use this to extend our plug-in to reach up here to the throttle position sensor. Okay. From this mess of wires, I'm just going to take the longest ones. I need to cut this, but I'm going to cut it right about here. There we go. Alright, well, we got our plug-in here. There's no air cleaner here, but we got our sensors hooked up. And we also got our throttle position sensor plugged in. So, yeah, let's connect the battery and, see if it runs better than it did last time. How about that? Oh, much better. Nope. Not that much better. I'm gonna just take this t-shirt and put it over it, and that slight restriction should help. Wow, she has come alive. That is awesome. Alright, so what's going on here is that this is that truck intake, and I've pulled this thing out, and behind it is the map sensor. Okay, this is the truck map sensor, and this is the Lincoln map sensor that I took off of here. So right now I'm just drilling 4 holes so I can mount this Lincoln one on the truck one. I'm trying to double check to make sure that I got this nice and even all the way around. Before I went to the scrap pile, I grabbed this intake here and I pulled the heater hose fitting off. And then I went over to the scrap pile and I looked for some tube that was about the same size as this. So I'm going to use this for part of the heater hose. I'm going to take this heater hose, I'm going to cut it. Now I got half of it. We can put it on over here. And when I mark this, I'm going to make sure that I have enough room that it actually goes inside of the tube, you know, so we have something to clamp onto. So I don't have a marker, so I'm just going to use some tape. There we go. We got our 2 marks here and there. Cut them off now. Alright, so I'm going to try to flare this out a little bit. Well, I had to put it in a vise, and then I grabbed a 1/2-inch socket that I had, and then I just beat on it while it was in the vise. I got that flared out a good bit. Now I'm going to just kind of bend it back in a little bit, because we want the hose to actually slide on. And then the angle grinder, and I just went around the edge there, make a nice smooth edge. And then now I'm going to take this half moon file, and I'm going to clean up that inside edge so there's no rough, or so it's more smooth for the coolant and water to pass by, which is probably not that big of a deal, but for all the hokiness I do, this is one of those, I I can overachieve here and be hokey elsewhere. Okay, that's much better. It's way smoother. Test to see how good this is gonna work. Whoa! Nice. That's perfect.
Oh, you're exaggerating.
Alright, now on this intake, we have this port right here. I have no idea what it's for. So I'm just going to get rid of it. And instead of plugging it off, I'm actually going to place this in there. This is a digital temp gauge. And it comes with a sensor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this into there. And then that's going to plug the hole. And then that way I'll actually have a nice readout of what the temp's at. This is a 3/4 inch socket. Alright, I had to do this into a bushing to get it to the right thread size to fit in here. Let's just check in on some of these shenanigans going on here.
Some sort of shenanigans?
You know, this tube that I pulled out of the scrap metal is now the highest point in the cooling system. So when I pour water in here, you can see it's full, but you look in here, it's empty. Now what I'm going to do to remedy that issue is I'm going to put a air bleeder valve up here. Now this is not what the part's designed for, but that's what I'm going to use it for. Went to Menards, and I picked this doodad up, and you can see it just is going to clamp on the tube on top of here. And then that way, when the car's running, I can just crack that open a little bit, and the steam will come out, and the water will flow to there. So that's the plan. Well, let's see if it'll work. Alright, well, she's been idling for a few minutes. She is warm. Let's see what we got. Alright, well, let's check to see where we're at with this coolant. Well, if you can see, this coolant will not work in the wintertime. So yeah, so we're gonna have to drain this down and add some real stuff. I'll never admit that I'm perfect, but I will admit that I'm perfectly imperfect. Okay? Until something else breaks, we'll see you later.